All right. So first off, I want to give a quick credit to our amazing neighbor, our realtor, our friend, our just amazing Mike Watterson. He showed up today and he plowed our driveway with his Bobcat. Like, he just showed up with a big old smile on his face, like, hey, gonna just take care of this. So really awesome guy. Mike, you're amazing. Thank you so much. All right, so this is the house that's on the property. This has been here. Our guess is that it was built in the like 20s or 30s. It's pretty old. It's a one bathroom,
one bathroom, living room, dining room, kitchen.
Yeah, living, dining room, kitchen, and an add-on utility room. But it is going to. We're not going to make this any permanent residence. Right now, this is what we are sleeping in. And so we're living out of this for right now until we finish getting some things hooked up on our trailer. But this is going to be the quilt shop for Silver Forest Quilts, because my mom, this is going to be Mimi's quilt shop. And then, I don't know if you guys can see, you want to pan out over the front yard area. Really beautiful with all the snow. Literally, if you look from right here towards the Mike Watterson agency sign.
Right there it is.
Mike is our...
Dun, dun, dun.
He's our neighbor. Is literally our neighbor. That's his property. But over there, we're going to one day put a farm stand and be able to sell some of our... chickens and eggs and vegetables and, cottage goods and that kind of stuff that's out there. The house really needed a paint job, so when Mimi came out here a couple months ago, this has been her big project and labor of love. She thought it would be really cool to paint some aspen trees on the house, and it looks awesome.
It looks amazing.
It does, and it's a really cool effect at night when you have like shades, like shadows from the trees, like really cool. So anyway, so that is the house. We are definitely still renovating. Over 90% of that house there's a lot of projects inside. From plumbing that has to be redone, flooring that has to go in,
Smells amazing.
Yeah, it's all kinds of fun stuff in that house. So, but it's keeping us warm right now. We'll go over our trailer real quick, and then we'll go over the barn. So this is our trailer that we got. It is not hooked up to anything right now because we don't have propane and we don't have power until tomorrow.
Or septic, correct?
Or septic, yes. So we are going to be doing a bunch of stuff to this. Eventually the idea is, so this is the old barn, and I call this the barn inside the barn because it's technically a barn built on top of another barn. But what we're going to do here is we're going to enclose these walls, and we have some fun stuff to deal with, like this post is rotted out with termites, so I have to replace this. I think I know someone who's good at woodworking who can.
I think so, yeah.
And then we're gonna put a regular like door. They're called man doors. We're gonna put a man door here, and then we're gonna put a roll-up garage, 16-foot garage door over here in between that post and about here. And then we're gonna fill in where the other walls are. So
hello, sunshine.
Open side of the barn. We're also doing some demolition work. These walls were here. We've halfway tore them down, and so we're going to take those out. Now, the old barn that's inside of the newer barn, it's going to stay, and it has a cement slab. So one of the other projects is, once all the snow melts off and we get above freezing temperatures, we're going to have them come in and pour a bunch of cement in here. And to give you guys an idea where that level is, where these boards are, flat here, that's where the cement level will be.
The top of it.
Yeah, so we have to bring in some fill and do some stuff to get all that done. And then we're going to have insulation put inside the barn so that we can actually heat and cool the barn. It gets rather warm here in the summertime. So this will be kind of an extension of our living space inside of our trailer. So we're going to have a kind of a controlled way to get in and out through the barn into our trailer, so that all of this will be also additional space for different things. Like I know we're going to put we have an old stove we're going to hook up out here. We're going to put a sink. We're going to do well, we'll just show you guys where we're going to some of that stuff. We're going to push this wall back 6 feet from where it is at, and we're going to put in a full bathroom in there. Then we're going to put washer and dryer over here. Right now they're in the utility room in the house, but I don't think the plumbing is really good enough to hold that long term. I'd like to get it off of that, and we're installing septic that's going to handle this building anyway. We're going to put a big stainless steel farm sink over here, so that we have a place to just do some of the like vegetable processing and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll have all this other space open up to deal with and use it as flexible. You know, when we want to brood off chickens, or we get goats, or we like get the rabbits started, or we have, I don't know, a big project that we're working on and we want a protected place to do it inside of, we can do it in here. And so, you know, plus it'll be nice for us with as many people as we have living here on the property. It'll nice to have one place where we can all get together, sit around a table, that kind of thing. So that will give you guys an idea of that. So this is where the wood shop is going to be. And there's a lot of work to still be done in here, but at least I have the majority of my woodworking tools now in here. I can't get to any of them just yet, really, but it's because we're having to demolish now. Like this whole corner fake office that this room has, we're gonna take this all completely out. And we have to rip everything off the walls because we have to expose them for insulation for the installation of the insulation. We have some electrical work going on in here. There's no code enforcement in Johnson County, Missouri. So
not that they couldn't tell.
Yeah. So because of that, there's some good things. One, you don't have to necessarily have like building permits and like all this stuff. You're allowed to kind of do some things within reason, which you can see some people have taken liberties to, like wiring plugs that are exposed wires and all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, stuff you wouldn't do in other traditional, yeah. So that's it. So this is the inside of what will be the workshop, and you guys will see probably more videos as we make upgrades to all of this, and we make this a really cool space for working on things. So, okay, so out on the property we also have the office, and this is the shed that was here. The windows when we got here, the windows were really bad, the door was really bad, the room was really gross. So we replaced the windows and the door, and we sealed it up and insulated it so that it at least would make it through the winter and be some usable space for us. We're planning on trimming it out and painting it white, and it'll look much better later, but we figured we'd give you guys a quick tour of the office. This is also where the cat is staying for a little bit, and we put up curtains in here because it was really bright out, and yeah, and we're gonna paint in here too, but we have our computers set up, and we have we have our heater and our air conditioner unit on the wall, which is very nice. And there's our cat, and we also we could store one of our couches here for a little while. Say hi, Salem. So this is the office. All right, so one of the projects we tackled right away, and then the cold weather shut us down, was getting a fence along the front edge of the property, or at least so that we can let the dogs and the animals out in the back side, not have to worry about it. So we put together this, what's called a cattle panel T-post fence. And they're just regular T-posts driven into the ground. And then these are 16 feet long, so every 8 feet is a T-post. And yeah, so that is how this whole thing works. So it goes over, it attaches to the fence on the far side of the property. And then here, we are going around Mimi's garden. This is going to be Mimi's garden area. And she already has quite a bit of stuff already in the ground. Or prepping for some stuff. She's got some fruit trees and some bulbs and some garlic and that kind of stuff. So this fence goes around the garden, and this will all be from the back side of the office up, and all this will all be Mimi's garden that she's going to plant and do stuff in. I know she's doing some fruit trees. She's doing some pecan trees already she has in the ground, and some, I think they have a bunch of bulbs and I don't know, just a bunch of stuff. And then on the other side, it's hard to see because it's buried in the snow, but we have these boxes of what's called silage tarp. And so we will have a 50 by, close to almost 100 feet section here. That'll be one garden bed. And then we're going to have an even larger one behind that one as well. So, but we have the trailer out here right now. It's full of a bunch of building materials. Yeah. So with the garden, what are you most excited about with the garden?
My little wheelie chair to go in between.
Your wheelie chair you're going to roll around on the field with? Okay. What? Here's one. I want people to comment. What is the vegetable they want to see us grow that they would like to have out of the garden? Because it's going to be a very large garden.
Eventually, we'll have high tunnels.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool.
Then we can grow almost year round.
That would be nice.
All right, so here, and this will show them, like, from here back this way, that's just one garden bed. And that's the smaller of the two. So.
And we just walked from that corner.
Yeah. And then this next one is gonna be pretty much like from here almost to the trees and the pond and all that. It's gonna be a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
And it's gonna go this way. And that way. And that way. A lot. So that's a cool sunset.
It is a very beautiful sunset.
Okay, so when we first got the property, we got two 40-foot sea containers, and those were for storing our personal stuff so that because we know we didn't have a good place to store a bunch of things. So we'll walk back and show you guys those. And then here is the part of the fence that we need to finish. So we stopped right behind this tree, and we have to finish and get it down to by that post right there. But we put in a regular 14-foot gate, farm gate, that hinges off of the barn, and yeah, it's fun. Here, you want to shoot?
Switching?
Yeah, switching sea containers. These are a lot of fun because first we cut this road. This wasn't here when we bought the property. So the hill went almost to the barn, and there was some fruit trees here. And we borrowed Mike's Bobcat, and we dug all this out. And then we brought in 3 trucks of gravel, and we re-graveled a bunch of things. We graveled underneath Mimi's RV, and then we graveled all this, and then back under all the sea containers as well. And then we just had 2 trucks of gravel just to lay the foundation underneath our trailer.
And a little bit here.
And we extended the driveway out a little bit with it. So